I want to talk about how you can protect your data. Now, your data is very important and it's far more important than many of us realize, which is why we're willing to give it away for far too easily without expecting a level of accountability and responsibility to look after that data in return. Now, the internet is a public place, which means that anything you do on the internet can be seen by anyone, including by strangers. That's why it's really important to be careful about what you share online and who you share it with as well. Now, one set of data that's particularly important to protect is your personal data. So, this is any information that identifies you. So, this includes your name, your address, email, phone numbers, and so on. Now, there are some things that we can do to help preserve and look after our data. First of all, we cannot share our personal information so readily. So that way, then, if we're not sharing them, then no one can see our data. So that's the first level of protection, is simply not to share your personal information. Another level is to ensure that we're using basic security measures like strong password, ideally having a different passwords for each of your accounts and even having two-factor authentication. And also ensure that the privacy settings on any social media accounts are set such that only people you want can view your photos and messages. Now, big tech companies like Meta, Google, TikTok collect lots and lots and lots of data about you. They do this to personalize your feed because they want to keep you on the platform. That's their business model, is to keep you on the platform, keep you using their application, because then they can target you with advertisements, which means then you spend money, which means that then they get lots of advertising revenue. So while these platforms are free in monetary terms, you're effectively paying for these platforms with your data. So you're exchanging data to use the platform rather than money. And what they do with the data is they use it to improve their algorithms, and then basically those algorithms then to give you lots of content, which then you watch lots of adverts, which then basically means they're selling you lots of stuff. The data these apps collect about you, there's quite a lot. It's not just your personal data, but also behavioral data. So that includes what you click, what you watch, like, what you share, how long you watch things for. Lots of data around how you're using the apps themselves. They also collect your location data, where you are, where you go, information on your device, and also they include the content of your messages, voice command, search terms, all of those things. So it's a tremendous amount of data that many of these companies are holding of your data. So why should you care? Well, of course, there's issues around privacy, as loads of data about you are being stored. You are also being shown content that keeps you scrolling, which isn't necessarily particularly a healthy thing. It doesn't feel great to be scrolling through lots of social media content. And additionally, the news feed becomes biased, so you're not getting a completely rounded picture of an issue. So that, because they want to keep you and show you things which you've already shown an interest in, and to keep you on the platform. So, what can you then do to take back control? Well, of course, again, you can continue to ensure your privacy settings are set really, really high level. Turn off location tracking on your apps and on your phone. Log out when you're not using the apps, because even when you're not using the apps, they can still be recording your activity on your phone. Think before you share. Would you tell this information to a stranger? And be careful about what apps you download onto your phone. So maybe just go through your phone, look at apps you haven't used for a long time, maybe delete them. Maybe that would be a really good process to have to go through. So what I want you to do now is to spend a little bit of time just thinking about the following questions. Just think about what social media accounts you have, whether you use them all, which ones you don't really use that much, which ones could you probably remove and get rid of. Are you sure that only friends and family can view your profiles? Again, that's something you want to check this evening when you get home from school. Just check to make sure that the social media privacy settings are set so that only your friends and families can view your profile. Do you have any online friends that you've met? Again, maybe a little bit of a red flag there. Just check that one out. And also, do you think it's acceptable for apps to monitor your activities and collect data, even though they give you these applications and let you use them for free? Do you think it's okay to be paying for it with your data and paying for it with essentially lots of your activities being monitored by these big tech companies?